slow, live it up, watching time go. Planning moves, staying solid to this G code. Get your money, make it big, fuck being broke. Get your money, make it big, fuck being broke. Live slow, live it up, watching time go. Making moves, staying solid to this G code. Get your money, make it big, fuck being broke. Get your money, make it big, fuck being broke. This how it is, the mission's Benjamins. And fuck the drama and the bullshit, we ain't little kids. My circle small, but my riders heart, they never quit. Get your money, keep it gangsta, solid, straight legit. Never switch like the real ones that die for this. It's fucked up, but this is truly how it is. I hope you're ready if you're picking this like full of sin. No turning back, I'll represent my Vario to the end. Fuck the fakes and the snakes and everyone that hates. I'm not phased, I won't break, bitch, I'll never cheat.
You are now watching M.O.D Entertainment.
What's good, G-Life? This right here is California, Cali. And today we will be covering several different areas. So we're going to be bouncing around. We're going to be covering all the north side Sureño neighborhoods. We're going to be starting off with all the north side Sureño neighborhoods, but that often get confused because they have the same initials, so the same lettering. Except for the last one, it's going to be the only different one. But the rest have the same lettering, same patterning. And all start with the north side, you know what I mean? Even though it doesn't mean like north side like norteños. North side meaning like the north side of the area in which they're located is why they use this, term. So with no further ado, let's get into it. And starting off, we will be making our way down to the area that is known as Redondo Beach. Redondo is a beautiful area. Obviously, home to Redondo Beach, the pier, the strip that's full of a lot of like good restaurants and pretty expensive stores and stuff like that. A nice tourist place. What people don't know is in the outskirts, it is home to one of Harbor area's most oldest and notorious neighborhoods, which is the Vario Northside Redondo. Vario Northside Redondo is a very notorious neighborhood located right here in the Harbor area. As a matter of fact, it is the first neighborhood in the Harbor area to get the gang injunction. That's how much work they were putting in. That's how much damage they were creating. That's how chaotic it was getting. Because obviously they don't put the gang injunction on you guys for not doing nothing. You know what I mean? Even if you guys are just like a regular street neighborhood, not all street neighborhoods have gang injunction. They put the gang injunction on you guys because you guys are just getting too out of control, where they like pretty much have to strip your rights away. You know what I'm saying? So, people could say whatever they want about Redondo and this and that. I mean, my boy, but you can't argue with the facts, homie. If they putting the gang injunction on you, it's because y'all motherfuckers are running around kicking up dirt. You know what I'm saying? So the Northside Redondo, was doing big things. You know what I'm saying? Now, this neighborhood, I was told, started roughly around the, late 50s, early 60s when this neighborhood was established. So already an old school barrio, you know what I'm saying? I was told that the Northside Redondo neighborhood is more than 80 members to it with 2 cliques, you know what I mean? Los Nieros and Los Diablos. Is their cliques from their barrio. And now, their main domain, their dojo, is everything that's located where Perry Park's at. Perry Park is their domain, their dojo. It's where they get it on and cracking. But not only on Perry Park are you able to find the Northside Redondo neighborhood, but you're able to find them throughout Grand Avenue. You know what I'm saying? Grand Avenue is, where they be roaming around and doing their thing, and all the blocks, that surround Grand Avenue. So it's not just Perry Park and Grand Avenue, because the Northside Redondo neighborhood pretty much has members scattered throughout all of Redondo. That's pretty much like their domain. So everything, I would say, their Vario's everything from Grand Avenue all the way to, I would say, everything that's from the middle of Grant Avenue and Manhattan Beach Boulevard. And Manhattan Beach Boulevard all the way to Inglewood. And from Inglewood, I would have to say all the way to Green Lane is their barrio. So throughout all those streets, throughout Nelson, throughout Gates, Granham, throughout Perry Avenue, obviously, you know, by the Anderson Park and everything, you know, in the back skirts of Anderson Park, you know what I'm saying? And just, it's a massive amount of territory. You could just find them spread out through all of Redondo, but on the north side of Redondo, where Perry Park is, that's their main home, their main domain, their main dojo, and you know, where they get on and cracking. And this is the barrio in which the rapper Cuete Yesca, also actor / actor, this is the barrio that he puts it down for. You know, go check out his music, his CDs. You know, he comes out in several TV shows and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like the Sons of Anarchy. So this is the barrio in which he's from, you know, Cuete Yesca, not to be confused with Little Cuete. But yeah, the Northside Redondo neighborhood is a real neighborhood that does real things, holding it down for theirs. And now as we make our way down to the Inland Empire, now the Inland Empires, we're going to be spending quite some time right here, quite amount of portion of the video right here in the Inland Empire, because the Inland Empire is an area that is full of a lot of these barrios that have Northside in the beginning of their name, and not only that, with the same abbreviation. You know what I mean? It's home to several of those barrios. And we'll be starting off right here in the area that is known as Riverside. Riverside is home to a lot of neighborhoods. Now, when people think about gangbanging, they, you know, often think of Los Angeles and areas like that, you know, Compton, Watts, East LA, and etc. But the Inland Empire has always been in the mix as well, because the Inland Empire is home to a lot of old barrios that have been around since the 30s, since the 40s. So we're talking about barrios that have already been right here established for quite some time, you know what I mean? That are large, that have been, you know, kicking up dirt and all kinds of shit. So it wasn't just Los Angeles and areas like that. Like the Inland Empire, don't sleep on them, man. They do get it on and cracking right here in Riverside, homie. You know what I mean? Because this is home to, you know, several old barrios, like the one that we're covering right here, the barrio Northside Rivas. Northside Rivas, obviously Rivas is short for Riverside, is how they put it, you know, Northside Rivas. And Northside Rivas is a real neighborhood, an old school barrio that's well established right here. Now, their neighborhood is quite extensive, you know what I mean? Their barrio is everything from where the Santa Ana River's at. I would say it extends throughout you know, Main Street that slices right, you know, through their hood, and towards where the freeway's at. So everything that's on Main and all the back streets from there, but their main domain, their dojo, the heart of their hood is on Helen Street, HST. That's what that's for. You know what I mean? That's the heart of their hood, their dojo, their domain. That's where they get it on and cracking. You know, the areas that slices back, you know, throughout those back streets, like throughout American Drive, throughout Marymount, throughout Greenwich Drive. You know, all of that. You know, it's what's considered their barrio, close to the Breezewood Park apartment complexes. Is where you can find this barrio handling their business, you know what I mean? Now, they're not talked about as much as like Eastside Rivas or Westside Rivas, but don't get it twisted. The Northside Rivas, you know, gets it on and cracking, you know what I mean? You know, they're a little bit more further up, you know, that's the reason why, you know. But hey, these guys, like I said, they ain't no chumps, you know what I mean? They definitely be right there, have been right there representing theirs and putting it down for the Northside Rivas. That's a real neighborhood and continues to still rep theirs. Now, another NSR neighborhood that we have right here, that's an old school barrio, you know, that hardly gets brought up, is right here in the area that is known as Redlands. Redlands is home to several barrios, you know what I mean? So don't get it twisted. I know that people, when they think of Redlands, they think it's a nice area, the wilderness and stuff like that. They can't be much cracking. Like I said, these gangs could exist anywhere. You know, it doesn't matter how the area looks. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever judge a book by its cover. Because Redlands is home to about like about 3 or 4 neighborhoods, but one of the main neighborhoods right here is a NSR neighborhood, which stands for Northside Redlands. Northside Redland Locals, actually, to be exact. You know what I mean? Now, the Northside Redland Locals is a barrio that has been already right here, well established within Redlands. Now, their territory is everything from Pioneer Avenue, all the way to like where New York Street's at, all the way to Colton Avenue, and from Colton Avenue all the way to Orange Street. So everything that's in the middle is their barrio, you know, throughout those back streets. But their heart of their hood, their domain is on Texas Street. Texas Street that slices through the heart of their hood, and their main dojo, their domain is the parque right there that's on Texas Street. The park that's right there, that's their domain, their dojo. That's where they get it on and popping, you know what I mean? That's right there. When you reach that parque, that's because you're in the heart of the hood already, you know what I mean? Right there on Pennsylvania and Texas. So on Pennsylvania and Texas, when they meet up, bam, homie, you reach the danger zone, you know what I'm saying? And this barrio right here is actually, you know, the largest one within Redlands. You know, it is the biggest neighborhood right here, the one that's, you know, mostly known. This neighborhood has made the news, you know, headlines, you know, for several activities and stuff like that. You already know they in the mix when it comes to all of that. And this barrio, I was told that it was roughly more than 80 members to the Redlands neighborhood. So a decent size for this area, you know what I'm saying? And this is home to one of the rappers, Little E. He is a Chicano rapper. Go check out his music. You can find his music right here on YouTube. You know what I mean? This is his barrio. This is the barrio that he puts it down for and represents for. You know what I mean? For the Redland locals. And like I said, a real neighborhood representing for the Northside Redlands. You know, NSR right there. Now, another NSR neighborhood that you find right here in the IE. For this one, we have to make our way a little bit more further up to the area that is known as Rialto. Rialto, yes, Rialto does have barrios. I hear a lot of people say that, nah, they don't got no barrio. Rialto's got a gang of neighborhoods, my boy. You know what I mean? From cribs, you know, you got the, you know, the Do-Rock cribs. You got the No Love Gangster cribs. You have you know, the Southside Rialto. You have the, you know, the Eastside Rialto. Man, you got a gang of neighborhoods right there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, people got it twisted when they think about Rialto. Like, trust me, homie, it does get on and popping. And one of the areas is a little bit more further up to find this neighborhood, which is another NSR neighborhood right here, which is the Vario Northside Rialto. Vario Northside Rialto, real neighborhood that's right here. Now, their territory is everything from the area right here in Shamrock Street. Shamrock Street being their main domain, their dojo right there on Lilac and Shamrock. Shamrock is like their main domain. That's the hood that they represent, the street. As a matter of fact, that's why you see the three-leaf clover and the, you know, the whole you know, like the whole Lucky Irish type theme to it is because of the shamrock. Obviously, you know, well, I'm assuming people know what a shamrock is. But that is the reason why they hit it up like that, why they write it like that, and why you see it like being a theme, whether on their, you know, apparel, their hats, and all of that. You know, because that's, you know, what they represent right there. Now, for another Northside Vario, but this one now is no longer a part of the NSRs. You know, this one's now separate, so it's a little bit different. But for this Vario, we would actually have to make our way to the area that is known as Ontario. Yes, Ontario has a lot of neighborhoods. You know what I mean? It'd be cracking in Ontario. I was seeing a lot of people when it comes to Ontario that this is one area that they were trying to say that there is no gangs and blah, 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 blah. When you have one of the most largest gangs in the Inland Empire, a dominant gang right there in Ontario, you know, Sur. You get what I'm saying? But it's not the only neighborhood, even though it's the largest and the one that's, you know, talked about a lot. There's actually several other barrios within Ontario, not just in the Ontario Sur, you know what I mean? But you have the Vario Northside Ontario, the NSO, the CST to be exact. That's Northside Ontario, Calaveras. You know, obviously standing for Calaveras Avenue, you know, street, avenue, same thing. That's right there in the heart of their hood, their, you know, domain. Their Vario's everything from Grove Avenue to 4th to G Street, and G Street to where the freeway's at. Everything that's in the middle is considered their Vario. So throughout 1st Street, throughout where the Del Norte Elementary School's at, throughout where the John Galvin Park's at, right on Calavera, homie. That's the heart of the hood, their domain on Calavera and 1st, you know what I mean? You know, all of that is their territory, their domain, their dojo. The Northside Ontario is a very old Vario that has already been right here. You know what I mean? People sleep on these guys because obviously, you know, They were never large like Ontario Sud and all of those gangs. You know, I was told that the Northside Ontario Vario was only like about 65 members to this Vario. And, you know, you roughly don't see them up at some of these other gangs, but don't get it twisted. They still have homies that put it down for their Vario. They still remain here, and they still continue to hold it down for theirs and keep it active. Like I said, it cracks on Ontario because you have the Sud Ontario right there, and then you have the East Side Ontario as well. So you have several other Varios within the area. So it's not, you know, it's not all lovely like, oh, these guys don't have no one to beef it with or nothing be cracking. Like, nah, you got all kinds of activity that be happening right there. And Northside Ontario be in the mix, you know what I mean? Real Vario that does real things and continue to still represent theirs and hold it down for the Northside Ontario, the NSO, the Calaveras.
Thank you for watching M.O.D. Entertainment. Make sure you like and subscribe.